Hello, people of the internet. J Road here, and I got some pretty cool videos I'd like to share. First, personally, I think two of them are pretty cool. They're just little interesting videos, and it's just kind of a cool thing. I've always wondered what would happen if you started a tornado on fire, or like if a tornado hit like a gas line and it got full of like liquid gasoline and just started on fire. That doesn't happen in this, but it shows what happens when a tornado hits a fire, and it is pretty freaking cool looking. I know it's not good, like it's not a good thing. It's just freakingly cool, and so yeah, that was fun to check up. And then, have you ever wondered what would happen if someone's body hit a lake of lava? Well, someone decided just to show what would happen if they threw a bag full of stuff into a lake of fire or a lake of lava. And it is freaking crazy. So, those two will be in the links down below. So will this other one. It's called 4 Minutes That Will Change Your Life. It's very good. It's basically a really nice collage on environmentalism, and it is got some pretty rad. It's visually stunning with a great voiceover, and he just talks, and it is true. We are the dominant species, so why do we destroy something? Why are we so hell bent on mutually assured destruction? Yeah. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened, like, if a few decades ago, if Russia and America had said, screw it, kill the rest of the world, and nuked each other. We probably would all be dead. Like, it would be total global extinction, which is kind of a scary thought, that the president right now could just be like, fuck the world, and nuke everyone. We could destroy the planet 9 times over. That's freaking insane. Yeah, so those are just some things that horrify me and make me worry about the future. So those are the first 3, and then the fourth one is by The Whitest Kids You Know. I'm a huge fan of The Whitest Kids You Know. They're hilarious. I love them. They make me crack up. And it's called Founding Father, and it's a rap video, and it's just so ridiculous and over the top. And, the funny part is, bits of it are actually kind of true. Like, George Washington did own a hemp farm. But the quote from Abraham Lincoln, I'm pretty sure isn't as true, but dang, is it funny. Like, I do love, and banging sluts, I thought that was funny, because, Thomas Jefferson was kind of, in and out of so many black girls, he might as well had jungle fever. Good old TJ jokes. I'm a terrible human being. Yeah, I am. I'm a terrible person. Then there was I knew I was a terrible person today because there's this murder on the news. We were just waiting at the car lot and stuck in the waiting room when the news was on, and I couldn't help but get sucked into CNN, and they were freaking talking about this old couple like got married, and I kid you, I can't remember what their names were. But anyways, the dude's decapitated. They didn't find the head. The old lady's missing. And the very first thought I had, and it's probably terrible, was he didn't give her enough head, so now she cut it off and just took it with her. And like, I know how terrible and disturbing that sounds. I just watched too many horror movies. I was like, oh, that would be such a great plot for a horror film. Is she cuts out, like, a great scene is just this old crone has this cut off head, and she's just jamming it between her legs. Oh, I'm a terrible human being. But yeah, it's just so funny. Like, have you ever seen Reanimator? You can imagine, if you watch enough horror movies, you can imagine these. I have, like, written so many scenes in my head, and horror movie scenes, and some of them are really disturbing. I definitely like this one I have about, I like an axe-wielding massacre guy, and it's basically, so, two kids are getting it on in the woods. Then all of a sudden, this dude just comes up and freaking chops the guy's arm off. He's in shock. The girl starts running, and um, he basically takes the blade out, rips it out of the guy, or rips it out of the guy, scalps him first, and then throws the axe end over end until it hits her right and square in the back, and she goes down. Then the guy, still shaking and bleeding with part of his scalp ripped off, is just like lying under the tree in shock, and the axe, the monster or bad guy wielding the axe, chops off her head, sets it down, then takes the axe and swings it like a golf club, and sends her head hurtling. Wouldn't that be a pretty kick-ass horror movie scene? And like, I don't know, it'd probably be like Valentine's Axe Day, or I don't know, 13 Reasons Not to Do It in the Woods, or just, some of the horror movie scenes I would love to be like. I know that's a lot of work, especially with prosthetics, because you'd have to get the axe right, you'd have to get but it just would be a great scene. I have a lot of other ones too, where I've written a lot of just scripts and scenes that never really go anywhere. I especially love this one where I have a German guy. He comes to America for the first time, and he's, since I'm from Wisconsin, we eat a lot of hot dogs, and he's, someone gives him a hot dog, and he's like, "What's this?" And this other health nut guy says to him, "Well," he's like, the other health nut guy's like, "Well, it's processed, disgusting food, and it couldn't be a lot worse." And the German guy's like, "Well, it could be a bratwurst." Such a stupid. I just feel like it would be a funny scene to see in a movie. It's just a stupid pun, but I would totally write that. I've written that in a script, and it wasn't even like for anything special. It's not like one of my babies where I have projects that are my ongoing loves, like Junkyard Kids. Surprise, surprise! The guy who wears license plate likes to write about kids who hang out in the junkyard, but they're enjoyable. They're fun. If you write stuff and you want to one day have it published, some of them are scripts for cartoons. I've even drew up some of these characters that I would love to freaking totally have, But some of them are just, fun little scenes that every now and again they just pop in my head. I definitely know I would love to write a slasher movie and just go in with someone and make a full-on 80s, 90s gore flick with minor touches of CGI. I'm not a huge fan of CGI. I want my prosthetics team to work with my CGI team and integrate into a beautiful, beautiful set. Like, I don't want to be one of those directors who's like, well, it didn't work, so we're just gonna fix it with CGI. That I hate. Especially hate movies that are really low budget, so they use nothing but CGI, because CGI does not fix everything. CGI should not be your go-to tool. CGI should be there to touch movies up, and I've really ranted on this a lot, but yeah, just some ranting, some pretty cool things. So just check it out. The links are below. Tell me what your thoughts are on movies. This has been Fun Times with J-Road. Peace.